world peace. There's been a formula this whole time. I don't know about you, but I never learned it in school. But don't worry, we're not going to be solving any math equations on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Math being my weakest subject, I think world peace would come beforehand. So, before I start and tell you the answer to this equation, I'd like to tell you a little story. So, I'm originally Palestinian, but I was born in the United States. And I had never been to my country before till a couple of years ago when I took part of a program called Peace Through People. And as American citizens, my sister and I went through Tel Aviv. And I didn't know what to expect. I was a bit scared, probably because of the debates and the opinions I've been hearing about the Israeli and Palestinian conflict that's been going on for years, and seeing images of a mother holding her child covered in blood. No matter what nationality we're from or background we come from, no one ever should experience the pain of losing someone over something so superficial like war. So anyways, those thoughts came out when I reached to Tel Aviv airport, and I was like, Aiyah, pull yourself together. Don't be scared, it's gonna be fine. Play it cool. As I reached immigration, the officer looked at our passports, our American passports, and my sister and I didn't look like the typical Texan-born Sally and Stacy. My sister name being Haya and my name being Aiyah, something already looked quite suspicious. So he looked at us and said, "Are you guys really American? You're from the United States?" My sister, "Yes, of course." Me, playing it cool, "No, we're Arab." Yes, I'll never forget that guy's face, and my sister's face when she turned to me and said, "Aiyah, your whole life you've been saying, 'I'm American, I was born in Texas,' and now you decide to say you're Arab? This is definitely not the time and definitely not the place for that." So, oops, what's going on? Yeah. I kind of gave you guys my whole slide already. Okay. Anyways. So, back to the story. Why am I telling you that story? It's because I thought that peace was hopeless at that time, because the way I had fear and I had doubt and the separation I saw between two nations. Until my sister and I finally reached to the Peace Through People program, where it was 1,000 people from all around the world, different religions, Muslims, Jewish, Christians, who were also working on themselves internally and spiritually, took part of the program, went to a city in Nablus, which is in Palestine, and Karen Berg, who's the leader of the Kabbalah Centre who organized this trip. And for those of you who don't know what Kabbalah is not a religion, it's not a place where we go hang out with Madonna and Ashton Kutcher or wear a piece of red string to make a fashion statement. But it's an ancient spiritual wisdom that opens their doors to everyone to learn how to work internally to change themselves spiritually to attain a better life. And that's where I learned the answer to my formula, that inner peace equals world peace. And Karen Berg wrapped it up in one sentence. How do you change the world? One person at a time. Really? It's that simple? Just one person at a time? I'm just a single human being. So I doubted that until, oh my God, okay. I reached to Nablus. And in Nablus, Karen Berg and the mayor of Nablus stood on stage and spoke on peace. a Jewish person and a Muslim standing together, promoting peace. Never in a million years I thought that would be possible. So after that, Karen asked all of us who were attending the program to sing a song on peace. And at first I remember feeling a bit awkward, this is a bit too cheesy for me. But after breaking those barriers, I remember feeling this immense amount of love, energy. Peace wasn't something that you had to wish for, but I was experiencing it. Hatred turned into love. Judgment turned into mercy. And most importantly, separation turned into unity. But it wasn't because it was decided by two nations or between two leaders, but it was through the energy that the people in that area created. It was the power of people that brought that energy of peace through our thoughts, through the way we treated each other. And that's in that moment, I decided to choose to believe that peace is possible. But it starts within first. So, who's interested to taking their first steps into inner peace? Great, I'm happy. So, let's do this. I'd like all of you guys to uncross your legs. Sorry, lots of movement. Close your eyes. Don't fall asleep on me. Okay. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Release all your worries. What you're going to do in the next 5 minutes. Saturday night, what your plans. Just release. Don't worry about a thing. Release all your stress. And breathe in. And breathe out. So, I want you to imagine in your life, if you had no fear, just in your life, what would you do? If you had no doubt, instead of doubt, you were certain of who you are and yourself. If you had no insecurities, pain, sorrow, and most importantly, hatred, because it's hatred that causes separation. But not hatred, not only towards others, but most importantly, the hatred you hold on to yourself. Imagine a life without any of that, and where you feel right now secure, warm, happy, bliss. Now, imagine the people around you, their lives, your loved ones, if they were feeling the exact same way, filled with compassion, mercy, love, unity. How would your life look like? Pretty peaceful, right? Now I want you to breathe that in and carry it in your heart and take it with you. And now you can open your eyes. And you may have been expecting some dramatic story, but we already have enough bad news to wake up to. So in our effort, when we get out of this conference today, or tomorrow when you wake up in the morning, ask yourselves, what can I do today to add a little bit more human dignity to the person next to me? What can I do today to add a little bit more love, happiness, whether it's just by walking around with a big smile on your face, not worrying if you look weird or not. Isn't that strange? Now if we walk around with a smile on our face, it's kind of strange. People probably think you're high or on something. Do we really want to continue and push the world towards that direction? I'm hoping you guys are saying no, right? So, and also, maybe just try and get out of ourselves a bit and do what's uncomfortable. because it's in our hands. And if we can do that, look, there's you. There are your friends. There are your friends' friends. And then there's the world. If we can continue spreading this message of treating people the way you would like to be treated, then we can get to a place of love thy neighbor. If we can redirect our consciousness to pre-love instead of pre-judge, look past people's judgments and try to see the beauty within everyone, because each and every one of us has such beautiful talents and gifts that we can reveal. And the more we remove those masks that we put on, then the more we can bring out the joy from our soul. It's just like how a small candle can light up a dark room, right? Imagine, we're the sparks of that candle. And however big or small the act of kindness we try to put into our lives, that candle will shine brighter and brighter and brighter, not only in your lives, but towards everyone around you. So, remember this. You're the stick figure with the big heart. And I'd like to wrap it up by thanking my dear, dear spiritual teacher, Karen Berg, who has taught me these lessons, and I wish I could share more. But it's one of these conversations that you can go on hours and hours about till 4 in the morning speaking about. But if you guys are ever interested of reading into some motivational quotes, you can always look at Karen Berg. The purpose of studying spirituality isn't just to open our minds, but to open our hearts. So let's learn to turn hatred into love. Just like Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. He wasn't saying that for fun. Thank you.